One of the most important scenes from Parashat Vayechi shows Jacob's blessing his grandsons Ephraim and Manasseh. The scene is a well-known dramatic event. Jacob changes his hand position and with his right hand blessing the younger son, Ephraim, who is on the left. The right hand is considered as the more important hand. Therefore, Joseph concludes that Jacob, who was already old with a poor vision, got confused and thought that Ephraim was the eldest son. When Joseph tried to remove his father's hand, Jacob says to him, "I know, my son, I know. He too should become a people, and he too shall be great. Yet his younger brother shall be greater than he." Jacob explains he understands what is happening around him, and his action is done with full awareness and intention. Midrash Bereshit Rabbah refers to the repetition of the word "I know" twice and explains, "What you have not discovered, I have discovered. Things that have been revealed to you, even more so to me." One explanation for the meaning of the Midrash is that Jacob agrees with Joseph that there is a great difficulty in discrimination between brothers. This happened to Joseph himself in his youth. It happened also to Jacob himself, who for many years ran away from Esau, his brother. In Genesis, the theme also recurs in the stories of Cain and Hevel, as well as Yitzchak and Ishmael. Jacob knows this and therefore says to Joseph, "I know what you know." But he also knows things of which Joseph is unaware, that sometimes the oldest is not necessarily suitable for his position, and it is appropriate to choose another brother to bear the responsibility, as in the case of Jacob's two sons, Reuven and Yehuda. This is not a simple dilemma, and the position of the hands may emphasize this. In the end, Jacob makes the choice and does not let Joseph change his mind. Visually, it is a very graphic scene, and indeed, many painters over the generation have emphasized the placement of the hand, as can be seen in the two manuscripts in front of us. In one of them, the Golden Haggadah, the crosswise placement of the hands is even separated from the boys' heads. Rembrandt also painted the scene, but in his work, the hand crosswise placement disappears. The artificial and theatrical movement of the changed hand was less suitable to his style. Instead, he chose to show the gentle movement of Joseph's hand under his father's arm, trying to deflect it to the side. Joseph's reverence for his father, a much more delicate and complex emotion, was more in the line with Rembrandt's artistic style than the dramatic movement of Jacob's hands. In the context of the Midrash I mentioned, while the crosswise hand placement does express this complexity, in Rembrandt's painting, Jacob's determination is much more emphasized. The reason for the determination can stem from the Christian context, in which Jacob clearly chooses Christianity over Judaism or Protestantism over Catholicism. This claim is based, among other things, on the difference in the appearance between the brothers. Menashe looking short, chubby, and dark, while Ephraim is tall, thin, and pale. Another claim rests upon the wealth and splendor of the scene, which, although taking place in a tent, there is a large bed with a red cover, a sign of royalty, with the characters dressed in fancy clothing with jewelries. The wealth resists another explanation. The scene was depicted this way because the rich customer of the piece experienced a similar case in his family, and Rembrandt painted the piece in order to encourage him and support him in his inheritance struggle. Shabbat Shalom from Schechter.